Well, it's good to be back again with our streams, and it has been reset to 20 hours. Great. Yeah, as soon as my friends or my viewers have noticed that my old streams are, well, majority of them are gone, um, it is because I decided to delete them. I actually have been thinking about for a while now to delete some of my old streams so they are no longer available to watch afterwards. But I actually have did saved a few that's still gonna be remain for permanently. But I should also mention that this will be a recurred event. I will be deleting old streams from time to time, but not like every single week though. It will happen, but only when I decide for which one's going to remain. But the overall is there's always that sometimes that streams can't be deleted right afterwards if something went way too crazy, which has happened before, or there's sometimes at least twice that happened when Game Guy by accident showed himself, which he requests to remove it. So I do. So other than that, but the only ones that is not going to be deleted is the game show streams. They will remain as normal. And the next one is tomorrow. It's going to be about Pokemon, if I remember right. And I did ask Crystal, and she said that she might be able to join in. Well, we don't know.
Oh yeah,
Um, yeah, and Diana though. Well, I haven't really heard much from her. I mean, the last I asked her how she was doing, she said that she was just being cooked up, something. And when she said cooked up, I don't really not know what she actually meant by that. Maybe that's just been busy or something. I don't know.
does doesn't cooked up usually mean pissed off or something like that?
They could be, or they could just be that she's just occupied with something else with her family. Considering that her mom and herself moved to her stepdad's old home in California, and that her older brother lives with them. And considering that just quite recently it was Halloween, and and less than over say actually the 24th is the Thanksgiving, so I don't know, or I don't think Diana will be available at any time. Well, that depends on if she is gonna helping her mom with the cooking, all that stuff for Thanksgiving. Trust me, I know Thanksgiving is a huge deal for Americans, but since also that Canadians they celebrate Thanksgiving, but not the same day, on just a different one, and. And since I actually that game guy told me yesterday, was the Veterans Day, was it? Or it is today?
Oh yeah, that's I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, my recent ex, who she's still in good terms with, she told me that she is gonna be out with her family for the day to have breakfast. Um, yeah. So she is just she. Let's say that she was having a bad day the other day. Her brother, who is still is at home with her and dad, well, let's say they were on each other's butts. I mean, they were not having a good time together. So yeah,
I see.
yeah, I know that's like though. I mean, if that happens to me and my parents, we can have a huge arguments on even small things.
Though I think for the Canadians, Thanksgiving is when we eat the turkey.
Americans, they do the same thing. They actually do celebrate with turkey, with cranberry stuffing, and mashed
Do you?
potatoes. It actually happens that people do celebrate Thanksgiving in Sweden, but my family doesn't do it. I don't know exactly how
Oh,
widespread it is in my country, but it is happened. Like I just don't know how common it is compared to like Easter, um, Christmas, New Year's Eve, and like those big holidays. And yeah, but
honestly,
I can
this is
say,
such a good time.
yeah, I can say this. I don't know if we're in like we're born a dreamer, but in his country, I don't know how much since um, Indonesia is I think it's one of the fourth most richest people countries in the world. I think it's the fourth country in the world that has the biggest Muslim population, or at least that. But I'm not saying that people are within the Muslim religion that doesn't celebrate Christmas. I heard there were some people that do celebrate uh, Christmas or something like that, Easter. I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about any particular holidays for Indonesia, but I'm always interested to learn more about other different cultures, other different countries' traditions.
Brony Kun, like in anime.
Uh, yeah, probably. If I had a question though, game guy, what do you usually eat for breakfast each day, or just what do you usually eat for breakfast? Game guy, Mr. Shy Guy.
Oh,
Yep.
great! Don't tell me we don't hear him again.
Yeah, I can't hear him. Wait, he's there. Just waiting his brother.
Here's little,
He,
but
you. Ah, very well. I first thought that I couldn't hear you.
yeah, it happened like so many times now.
Yeah, he's probably waiting for his brother. I don't know.
Oh,
Well, what do you, Kuba? What do you eat? What do you eat for breakfast each in the
Nutella,
morning? What?
Nutella.
I mean, what else? I mean, do you eat Nutella right from the bottle or the can or from the jar? I mean, do you have it on?
Um,
I mean, do you have those sandwiches in the morning or something like that?
well, I do put it on bread sometimes, but sometimes I also just take the spoon and just eat it like straight away.
Hmm. Here's one thing about my. Here's my response to Nutella. Yeah, hate
What?
it. I hate it.
How?
I tried it, but nah, not my cup of tea. My brother, not my brother, but my nephew and my nieces, they can actually have. They eat that on the breakfast with a usual sandwich and some butter and Nutella on it. My dad actually did made uh, for my birthday this year. He actually made uh, a cake that was consists of um, type of cream, but this cream was actually made of the nuts of the common hazel, which is a type of smaller nuts. There was actually like a cream, and there only one slice left of that cake, and I tried to take it, but for some reason I didn't even like the flavor. And I just say this: nuts to me, mm mm, not good. I mean, it doesn't like that I don't tolerate the nuts or anything. It's just never been much a fan of eating nuts, peanuts. Uh, but the thing is, here's the thing about peanuts though. I mean, I don't like peanuts as itself, but when your head can actually buy um like when you're buying chips or popcorn or those big bags. In Sweden, though, at least, we had those like rings made of peanuts, and I can eat those. But otherwise, I don't usually eat much nuts. Game guy, Roy, Do you guys eat Nutella by any chance?
Uh, that's like the chocolate stuff with the weird sticks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had them, but apparently, if you know what they are,
I've had them a few times. It's the chocolate's better than the sticks. I'll tell you that. It's not the best chocolate in the world, though.
Yeah, I'm never much a fan of those, but I don't know how much that's in common as for breakfast around the world, though. But what do you guys eat for breakfast, each of you?
I'm one of those weirdos that don't actually, eat breakfast.
I mean, when you were at school, though, what did you eat for breakfast when you were still in school?
Didn't you always have the same thing?
Yep, and despite having the same thing, I don't really remember what it was. Some things just never change.
Uh, what about you? Well, what about you, Roy? Do you have any particular
Usually,
things for?
I have like cereal, granola bars, stuff like that.
Makes sense.
Okay, wait a
Uh,
second. I just remembered. You know those chocolate covered granola bars?
Oh my god, I love those.
They're so good.
What? What do you call yourself?
I said there are these granola bars that are just literally just covered in chocolate. They're so good.
I feel like those energy bars, kind of like
No, it's a granola bar. It's like chocolate chip, just grain stuff.
Oh wait, do they look like if they are made of cereal pieces but packed as a bar with some coverage?
Yeah,
chocolate on it?
yeah, kind of like
Yeah,
that.
I know what you mean. Yeah, my mom actually used those sometimes for snack, since each one is or representing for each is representing as one snack or one meal. Well, it's the contents, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, those didn't they even. I don't know if they did exist or it was a common thing when I was a kid. Otherwise, I don't know. Usually myself, when I was in school, surprising enough, I usually remember most of my breakfast, but I didn't have the same thing as every single day. Um, I could have a toast or just a sandwich and a glass of milk and something that we. Okay, this is might be a little bit different since I don't know if having this is common in the US. Let's see. If I can find if it has an English name. Dang it! Apparently not. Um, this is actually sort of. It is like a in Swedish translation to about something cream. It's actually made of fruit, like a pastry like that. Um, or it's hard to describe, but it is made of fruit that has different flavors. Um, but also it also has cereals. I used to have one of those Tony Tiger on like the cereal, those type of and toast. I mean, from the toast machine and yeah, or oatmeal. But these days, I don't. If I do have breakfast, or usually my dad brings the breakfast in my room or something, or Otherwise, I can just take 2 sandwiches and done. And eat them almost instant. The funny thing is, each single time when I was as a kid growing up until I was like maybe 12, I actually had comic books by the table where we had having dinner. I was the only one. And eventually I grew up tired of that, so yeah, but these days, despite we have a dining table in the kitchen, but we never use it much. The only times we use it is either for someone's birthday or so for Christmas. What the hell?
Ba-da-ba. What the heck was that?
That was Kuba's phone.
It's a hostile takeover. We're gonna have to find the bunker.
In a bunker?
We do not.
You know, you may have to build a bunker considerable for one thing, because by later in around 2024, for the next big election, 2 people are actually have at least one of them are considering, and one was thinking of to put back in election. Joe
Right.
Biden and Donald Trump.
I was gonna say, does this rhyme with Joe Biden and Donald Rump?
Yeah. And even as my mom says, why don't you let younger persons to be the next president? As Joe Biden, he is 79 and he will be like 80. And yeah. He is 79 now. Come on. 79, and if he will be as at least 80 or 81 by the time of the next election, if he would elect another 4 years, that will be around 2028. He will be like 85 years old when he's finished his second term and the last one. And when Trump, he is actually 76. So if he would become the last known, he would be like 82 years old. And I was like, before I even knew the rules, okay, if people are tired of older people that be the next candidate, why don't you just put a 25-year-old who just finished college, university, or law school? Why don't you just put him or her as a candidate? But you can't. But you can't. You can't. Because if a 25-year-old has just finished law school and wants to be a president, to be denied, because you have to wait another 10 years. You have to be 35.
Jeez, that's wow.
Yeah, that's actually part of the Constitution. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Dang it. Not the states. Oh my god. I hate this computer sometimes, but it's a little bit slower. Let's see.
Welcome to our life.
No, I mean, my computers get slower when I use StreamYard. Has always been.
Hey,
Uh,
at
okay.
least you don't have phone edition.
No, I'm actually on my desktop. Okay, it says. Ooh, let's see if I can find it. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Okay, try this one. Here we go. Okay. Oh yeah, so basically you had to be if you want to be a president in the US, first you had to be at least 35 years old or a bit older, and you had to be a natural born citizen any country. Because if you were born outside, say if you were born in Spain or France and then moved and become a citizen, you would automatically not been allowed. But I don't know if you can actually, if you were born outside the country but move and become a citizen, if you can actually try to be a senator or even a governor.
What about if a Canadian was there? Since
Huh?
we're living in America.
Um, well, Canadian is. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you were to move to Canada, the US, and become a citizen, you still would not been allowed because you're not born in the country. Since
Well,
even
it
though,
is America too on our side of our country, so
well, I mean, you can't be even though you're born in Canada but move to the United States and become citizens, you can still not be even try to be a president because even though despite America, that Canada and and United States are part of North America, but two separate countries, two separate different laws. But if you
oh,
would have been born, but if you would have been born in like in Guam or in Hawaii, you still could have been then be a president. Because
oh,
here's the two things. Since Hawaii is the last state that became part of the 50 states, and even though since technically that Hawaii isn't part of the country, the mainland, but it still belongs to as a territory, as a state, official one. And Guam is not even a state, but it's actually belong to U.S. territory. The same thing as for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is not even its own separate country, or it doesn't even is a state in the U.S., but it belongs to U.S. territory. So it is like if, like, say, if, but I don't know. Since we know that Cody Lane, he told us in a last on another previous streams that he was actually born in Guam, and he moved to the U.S. So I don't know if I don't know though. Technically, that you if you were like from if you're born in Hawaii, you can be a president in the U.S. But I don't know if you be born in Guam or Puerto Rico, if you can actually still considering as American citizens. I don't know. But I think it is one thing. There is actually one president that was born on Hawaii and became a president. Can anyone guess who?
I don't know.
Give a guess.
I don't know much about those presidents, to be honest.
Okay, I can say this. This president was actually he was actually a president during the late 2000s. And a hint.
Lincoln.
Huh?
Lincoln.
No, Lincoln was actually in the 1800s, not 2000s. As a hint, he was before Trump.
Before Trump, you say?
Before Trump, yes.
So you mean Obama?
Bingo. He was actually born in Hawaii. Since Hawaii became actually a state, I think it was 1959. And here's the thing. Even though his mother was born in America, and he was born here, well, not here, but there, but his father was born in Kenya. Despite having a parent from different countries, but still, as long as you have, let's say, if Game Guy would have been born in Hawaii and his mom is a national, if she was born in America and his father was born from, say, Spain, and even moved to Hawaii, he still would have been considering as could have been still been a president. But here's the part of the story when Obama became a president, that a lot of people were actually started to debating that if he was even born in America, because despite his dark skin color, that people didn't believe that he was even a natural born American. that he was actually born in Africa, or particularly in Kenya, where his father was from. But and people demanded to know him to see his birth papers.
Yeah, but
But he didn't know how to do that because he proved that he was actually born in America, or at least particularly in Hawaii. And that's the same thing. And here's the part another thing about the imperial family in Japan. There were actually one princess. She lost all her titles and the right in the line on the throne after she married a common, but she married a common person. She lost her title as being the next in line, and that happened. And I mean, that things were actually very, very common back in the medieval times in Europe. Like, say, if a princess were were in love with a peasant or let's say a farmer, if she would have married him, she would have lost all the rights to the next in line, even though most of the family trees or the family thrones were actually had to be based on uh, the man next heir to be a man.
hmm.
But that was actually also part of Sweden, though, because um, since the next in line is actually Princess Victoria, she's the oldest daughter. But before she was even born, there wasn't until her younger brother, Prince Philip, that was going to be the next in line. But after just only 1 year after she was born, they actually have this reformation in the government that allowing only any firstborn daughter or son to be next in line. And here's the thing: if what would you do think? But if this current Swedish king, if he was driving and he did end up running over a person and the person dies, what do you think he would get for such punishment? What do you think he get?
Not sure. I don't think they can be really punished because they're the ones who kind of controls everything.
Well, technically, though, since the king actually does have no power in Sweden, nothing. His role is just a ceremonial role, like he makes commercial in a way for Sweden. But yes, but he doesn't get any punishment. So even if he will run over a one person or even 10 people, he wouldn't even get any punishment at all. It's because of immunity. This this something thing I don't this actually never I don't think this particular story became any outside Swedish country overseas news, but a few years before COVID, the younger daughter Madeline, who's now married to a man from the US named Chris. But anyways, she was driving in a capital city in a bus line, and she said that she can do that as much as she wanted because she had immunity. But thanks to news to her, she didn't even have any of that such immunity. Only the king. So if the queen would done something, she would be punished because she doesn't even have. Only the king has it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
and
seems
yeah,
a
that's
little
weird.
unfair.
Oh yeah, that's pretty weird. But that is also like ambassadors. Let's say if Canadian ambassador would go to the US and he'd do something like if he would causing say if he'll do drugs like cocaine and that and he is with a prostitute and she end up dying, he was still also being immune, diplomatic immunity. But that one can actually be revoked. That can actually be removed in certain cases. But immunity, when the Switch King when he steps down, that immunity automatically is removed. So if he would do something, then he could be punished, but not before then.
I
And
mean, what if the king was let's say like King Summer was.
You mean enslaving someone like that? Yeah. First, this is even you mean like if you try to enslave the main population in Sweden?
Yeah, like to like
Yeah,
enslave like
that
everyone.
um, the scenario is very, very, very unlikely to never happen. But um, yeah, I don't believe that if he would try to do that, then yes, he would definitely would remove from power, from his title and all that stuff. I would not be surprised though if the people would react such badly they demanded that the monarchy in Sweden would be abolished. And I mean, something like that, it can happen. I mean, could do like meaning like almost like entirely enslavement or a coup. I mean,
Like literally, like
yeah. So throughout history, there have been thousands, thousands after thousands of coups, like military coups. There have been rebellion coups against the king, the
what is
queen,
it again?
the emperor. There can always have been many reasons. And
Um,
some of them actually, like say the French Revolution back in the late 1700s, because people were so tired. The most of the people starved. The people back in the French that time, they were starving. While the French royal family, they were living as kings. Well, technically they were royal, but that will lead to the people starved and started this rebellion, and where the family at first was put in house arrest until the king and the queen was beheaded.
what? Oh, jeez, I did not know
Yeah,
that was possible.
they actually use this guillotine, this type of it's like standing with a huge blade, like
I
almost
know exactly
yeah
what kind
that
of guillotine.
yeah that one that they used on the royal family, the queen and the king.
Though, can you imagine if they
They
put in something else than a head with the in the
no, but
in the guillotine?
oh, you mean like your personal member? No,
No, no, no, no, no. I
that
mean
would have
like
been
an
too.
arm.
No, they were only their heads, and
Oh, okay.
even one of the people that was doing one of the leaders from during this revolution also ended up losing his head. I don't remember why though, but that eventually it happened. The last one. Um, yeah. So, but like I said, many people throughout history have done a lot of different coups, or in a way for overthrowing the current government. Like in the French Revolution, people were starving, and they demanded some more people. They demanded some more help from the government, or the royal family could help, but they ignored all that, which led to the royal family to be executed, and where the monarchy was removed, and later in having presidents. The same thing as with Sweden, though. We actually did have a lot of. In a time, the king had absolute power, but after the early 1800s, that power was later removed. He became like a
Yo, Swedish, Swedish,
oh,
Swedish,
he's
Swedish,
gone.
Swedish.
He's gone.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I was about to add her back in there. I was about to add her.
shit.
Yeah, but don't worry, she
Sorry,
won't be
I'm
back.
sorry, Kofu. You have to keep your personal thoughts about her down there.
Come, what? I was sorry, but it just surprised me. I was like, what?
She's back.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry about that. I was about to add you, but you just left.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hello there.
Hello. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
What's this chick?
She joined. She joined us a while back in one of the Swedish
Yeah, it
streams.
was
Now
maybe
she's
about
helping Koval with animation stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think I was there.
No,
I don't
No,
think that.
I was Scootaloo.
Channel.
I was Scootaloo before.
Yep, I know that. It's your comment.
just been asking I think I've seen you added me as a subscriber, but not the same name here. But I know that it's you, but based on the contents I saw from your short videos,
Yeah.
in the profile, there's like two people. Just being clarified, who is which one in a picture?
Oh, it's Gwen Stacy. That's my Spider-Man.
No, oh yeah, so
I think he means the profile on your YouTube channel, like the
Yeah.
one with the person with
there
like
like
the one
two
with the
people.
two people.
Yeah, there is two people in it. It just I was a little bit confused there for a moment, but you don't have to tell us who exactly it is. So
Yeah, I can change my name to Scootaloo if you want me to.
That would be great.
All right, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
You don't have to leave to. Okay.
Wait. We can change our name when we're still in it, can we?
yeah, I could.
I mean, I put
Oh,
in
wait,
Boy the Great, so there you go.
Yeah, but there's also the wait.
Maybe her technology doesn't allow for that to happen. If your technology sucks, then her technology gets sucked
Well,
too.
that it depends on if she's on a phone or if she's on a computer,
Oh,
laptop,
if she
or it
was phone,
depends.
If she's on phone edition, I pray for her.
if she has
Unless
phone,
so,
I
I mean, unless
feel
that
bad for
she's on the unless she's on a tablet. I mean,
She's
Diana is
actually on her
using-
no. She's actually just on
what I-
note, nothing.
no.
She's just
most
using like a Switch or whatever.
most people in my country says that like tablets are equals to phones, but I'm not sure if that's actually the case.
I think that's the same kind of deal too.
I won't even know because even though my dad actually got me a tablet about 2 years ago. Never used it. I think my other nieces and nephew used it, and I think they broke it or something. I don't even know. Because here's the thing: my nephew, but he actually had this tablet, and somehow he removed this plastic screen, like this screen on it, like just removed it from it, like almost ripping off. I'm like, okay, how in the world did you do that? I don't even know. Honestly, I think tablets are. I mean, it's a good thing to be using that you can actually using it for schoolwork or even talk to friends on it. But personally, I never actually use. Oh, someone else is here, and it's not her, but someone we have talked to and get to know for past year or so. Let you welcome Princess Dachi.
Hey guys.
Oh, jeez, she's so
Oh,
good.
it's Deanna.
Hello there.
Deanna.
Hey, guys.
Anyone heard from her?
I haven't, but I am joining the live stream because I saw Swedish was live in one of the videos when I pulled up YouTube. I'm like, oh, my friend's live. So yeah, I have, I
you're
have-
always welcome.
yeah,
Oh,
I have bad news, guys.
What?
What is it?
Swedish already knows, and the other friends of mine, but I am staying home for a week because of COVID. I got COVID.
Oh, that's
I-
a that's a. Ooh.
But you're vaccinated, though, are you?
Yeah, I'm vaccinated, but
Yeah.
How
we're-
bad is it? though?
Proof that vaccinations don't do shit.
they actually do, but they're very rare.
To be fair,
But
dude,
you
I
can-
actually know what it's like. I mean, I actually haven't taken 4
It's
shots.
let me ask, how bad is it though?
You don't even get the
Well,
shot.
Exactly.
you can actually still get the vaccine. You can still get the. I mean, the people actually, the medical personnel, they actually did announce that you can actually still get the virus still if you're vaccinated all shots. but not as much bad.
So what's the point of getting it if you can still get the thing that's supposed to make you
I
immune?
mean, it's like
Oh no, Game Guy's confused.
No, I'm pointing out the fact that that's kind of weird.
Oh,
Game
yeah,
Guy-
yeah, Packers fan. I know what
I'm
it's
just
like.
pointing out the fact that it's even how it works. It's a little odd, don't you think?
Yeah, but to be fair,
Anyways,
even though I'm not medical trained, but it is possible for anyone, despite being full vaccinated, you could still get the virus.
True.
Yeah.
And for
The
me,
last time that I had
And Game Guy,
what?
your friend is here, Packers fan, in the comments.
Oh fuck!
oh jeez.
Oh shit!
Oh my
Jesus
goodness.
Christ.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be one of those days.
What?
oh, it's
Uh,
going to be a great day.
Thank
That was-
God!
It wasn't him. Packers, if you're still there, please join in.
Please don't.
Well, yeah, if he was still there, I don't know. But he might join in, but you never know.
And
Did you say that was a limit to
Hello.
Scootaloo!
Oh my
six?
goodness.
Hey,
Scootaloo? Wow, she got a lot blonder than I thought she would.
Yeah,
You
I
know-
know how to spell Scootaloo.
oh, it's awesome.
You know, you don't even actually have to leave. To
Yeah,
continue.
you
I can actually,
Yeah, you just
I can do
do
that.
this. Watch. I'm the master of making weird names here. I'll just make myself. I don't
Yeah,
know.
even I can change
Cut
other
off.
people's names here.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
my name is Scootaloo.
Or how about
I did saw you in the backstage, but you were on the camera for some reason.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, that was me.
or maybe
I was trying to turn my camera off.
Before
Yeah,
you
that
left the
happens,
studio, you could actually turn
or
off
even-
the camera.
Oh no, is my picture showing?
Yep.
you have the Blondie picture.
The Scooter picture is what I
Hey.
have. See on my end.
What?
I still see the blonde. Yeah, I still see the
I
girl.
also see the blonde. What?
For me,
Yeah,
I
Oh wait,
see
you
Simmer.
can see the girl?
It's a little weird.
Hold
Wait,
on, let me come back. Let me...
Hold on.
Take two.
I saw Scootaloo, guys.
Wait. How come some saw Scootaloo, but we saw the? Okay.
Technology, isn't it great?
I don't know.
It's just love. bucking
Um,
up.
Yeah. So, anyways, Dashi, how you been doing otherwise?
Not that much. Just losing my flavor, as in my taste, and some foods I can still taste, but it's like barely any taste.
Yeah,
That sucks.
I can say. My dad actually kind of had the same thing, but this is something very. This is probably a very different side effect. Since Game Guy, when he had COVID, he got more hungrier than usual, and
For me, I get less
yeah.
hungry.
yeah, and my dad when my dad eats something, even if it's just a pasta or lasagna or basically any warm food or something like that, his nose started dripping, like
Hmm.
if he has a cold, and that's a
Jeez.
side effect from COVID.
Dang. For me,
Yeah,
I
I mean
expected noses.
it's nothing like bad though. It's something he can actually live with. I mean,
The only-
something like this. It doesn't affect his life. I don't. It doesn't even happen when he. Only happens when he eats.
Dang.
It's like it's almost like when you're going out in during winter when it's way below zero. If you're like walking just from the street to maybe to the nearest convenience store or anything like that. That happened when your cold nose started dripping from this cold weather. It's like that. I mean,
Wow.
and personally myself, it hasn't been. I've never been affected by COVID myself, much as any side effect. The only side effect I had when I had those the shots. First, I only had this pain in my right arms. I could barely move it much. And the second
Oh.
one I had later on, yeah, but Kuba, that's actually a common effect. People when has getting a shot, either for if it is the COVID flu shot or the flu shot or even the most common ones, there's
I had,
always a reaction. Yeah,
I
so
had one of
basically,
those shots with COVID.
yeah, so basically, you can actually do have a pain in your. It's like nothing serious pain, but it's like if you've been working out.
For me,
It's like
my back was killing me for quite a
yeah,
few days.
I mean, for me though, it's like it is like if I have been working out so much, my arm was just sore. It's just that. And the second shot I did take, I felt just tired than usually. I was like,
Hmm.
I just want to go to bed. Don't wake me until the next year or so.
D-
Well, she's back. But yeah, so basically,
There we go. That,
Oh my!
yeah, I could still.
Did you just
see
say,
Scooter
"Oh
Doo.
my"?
What?
You just said, "Oh my," didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Why are you saying, "Oh my"? Don't you have a girlfriend?
Hey, shut up.
yeah.
Don't want to cheat on your
Oh,
girlfriend.
looks like
dude.
someone's fell in love despite the fact that they're dating somebody.
First of all, Game Guy and Roy, even if it's
sorry, I had to change my fucking picture again.
yeah.
It's okay.
But even say this Game Guy and Roy, if his girlfriend Sabrina would see this, she wouldn't even understand a single word because she doesn't even understand the language. She only speaks French.
And I'll have you know that was the character speaking, not the person behind it speaking.
Yeah.
So,
I can say this. I actually
I'm
saw
not
this.
even gonna say it.
I saw
Yeah,
this.
sorry about that because my freaking picture didn't show up.
on my
Yeah.
end, the first time you did it, I
Technology,
saw
isn't it
Scooter
great?
Doo.
Yeah.
For me, I got one of those water bottles that had those cartridges, and when you suck in water through it, you could actually taste flavor. But if you open the box and leave it open, it will drain out the flavor. So you should never open those flavor things. And Circle is the flavor packets, well, flavor cartridges that you add to the water, not to the water itself, but you tip it over and drink and suck it in.
Hmm.
The flavor, it's S
I
I
thought I
R.
got the name right though. Scootaloo is my name.
Yeah.
Not in real life, but in the video.
I mean,
if that was for
I-
a real life name, that would be kind of funny.
you know, I actually saw this parody of Ask the Q Crusaders. Like they have their own Tumblr.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
uh,
I saw that one.
They actually end up traveling to an island where they somehow end up being walking through Poison Joke, and Scootaloo became Earth Pony, actually Unicorn, and Sweetie Belle actually lost her fur due to an accident, and
Oh
they
my
also ran into a Slender Pony, like Slender Man, but it's a pony version,
Oh, geez.
and he actually let them go. He did actually take Octavia and Neon Lights and three others as he actually turned them into ghosts.
Oh,
Yeah.
But he then later let them go freely because he only wants to have friends.
huh.
And I have seen another one about Scootaloo where she was the mother Scootaloo.
Rainbow
Well,
Dash.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I checked from that one, it was, let's say it went really crazy, and it makes no sense because she and her son and I think someone else, another mayor, they travel from one universe to another, near the end. I was like, makes no sense otherwise. And I mean, standing from her time of when she was still pregnant, when she had her son, when the baby's father came back, And I don't even know. It just makes no sense. The last part. And
There was
another,
a video. There was
yeah, I didn't even
I've
know.
seen. There's
The
two
one that
videos.
I've seen is also the Ask Bat Pony Scootaloo, like Bat Scootaloo.
Maybe.
That
Bat
one
ponies, yes, they're
was
yes,
hilarious.
yeah.
I even saw another one. This is not, no, this is not about Scootaloo, but it's actually about Arrow, the son of Warden and Derpy, which he has an older sister, half sister Dinky.
Yeah.
And then I've seen a video of two videos. There is one
Yeah.
where this mother knows that her daughter is missing her dad, but she
Yeah.
rewinds the clock, and the Bat Pony father came back.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that one I did see, but this is not the that one I was looking at
I
because
know,
the one
but
I
and
looked.
then there's
Yeah.
another one. There's another video. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's a pretty devastating video. But it's a crying type video. But
Oh,
you guys will like it because it's like
Whatever you
where
got.
it's like a video to where Scootaloo actually gets adopted by uh Rainbow Dash.
Rainbow.
Yep, and then
Oh.
near the end, Rainbow Dash actually sings the song from Tarzan. Don't you cry, or some type of sad song, but
That's
it's like
Yeah.
a heartwarming song.
Originally from.
Yeah.
Don't be in my heart.
Yeah. And even though even though the one I saw with Arrow, the son of Derpy, he actually falls in love with um a mare, quote unquote, not particularly a mare, but it's actually as colt. Snails.
God.
Snails been dressing as a mare or as a filly.
Oh,
I
God.
actually made a story. I actually made a story about that one.
I'm back because
True.
apparently my headphones, I unplugged them and then my thing was muted.
But I
Wow.
also I did actually made a story where Scootaloo was hurt. She lost her parents in an accident, and that she was adopted by Rainbow Dash. But this was way before we actually knew her real parents.
Oh, God. Yeah, I still remember the parents episode. Ugh.
When
No,
I
I
saw
mean-
that episode, when I saw
Yeah.
the episode near the end where there's like so many stories, basically her mother looked like the crocodile's wife, crocodile hunter's wife.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
you know, all main good and
Mhm.
well, basically, Scootaloo's parents, they are actually not even based on those.
No,
They're
but
actually based.
their accent, their
Yeah,
their
but they're
father's
actually they're
accent
yeah,
and
but
her
they're actually
mother's accent.
based. But they're actually based on people from Australia. They're actually based on the late Steve Irwin, or the crocodile hunter,
Yeah.
and his wife.
Yes, and that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And they were
Dang.
both
Yeah.
his
What the heck
wife.
was that?
Her
No,
wife.
I have to say I kind of hate Scootaloo's parents because, God damn. That was. They were. Sorry, but.
But that was made
It's all
way.
right. No offense.
Guys, listen. That show was made way after the crocodile's hunter's husband died,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
the daughter
He died.
was Scootaloo.
Yeah. Yeah, he actually died. Well, the crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin, he died after he was stung by this the stingray ray, or what it's called.
Yeah, the stingray
Yeah.
was stung
That
him.
was, yeah, that was
Actually,
shocking
electric
news.
eel.
Yeah, that was a shocking news, though. But I know that I know that he would still be happy to know that his wife and his daughter and his son actually continued his legacy. That had
not know.
extended
I did
That
not
yeah,
know he had a son.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
they actually have a daughter and a younger son,
Hmm.
and that I know that sure that he would have been happy that they had expanded the
Mm.
zoo, and that also that his daughter is now married and have a daughter of her own.
Her daughter
Hmm.
looked young when I first saw her.
Yeah, I think she's about I think she's in her 20s or like that, mid 20s, I don't believe.
Then her
And
brother is a little bit older than her, younger than her.
yeah, I think if I say see here, Steve Irwin. Since the show actually runs on the TV right now, daughter Bindi Irvin, she is 24.
Huh.
She actually got married 2020 actually,
Wow.
and her brother Robert is let's see, he was born. He's only 18, so he's a bit
And
younger.
her sister is probably 2 or 3 years older than him.
Well, his Bindi Irvin, like the daughter of Steve Irvin, she is 24, and
Wow.
Robert Irvin, yeah, and
Christ.
Irvin. Yeah, I mean, I actually seen the show on TV, and it's based on how he wrestled the crocodiles. But there were actually another show on the Animal Planet. It was called The Gator Boys. Um, this was actually in Florida. These guys, they usually get calls from people, other park rangers or even private people that have a gator or even a crocodile on their property, in their backyard or something. So they go there, they wrestle. Well, not technically not wrestle, but they jump up on the gators from its back from behind and hold it down, and they duct tape the mouth as a precaution, so they it's not to start biting them and other people. But they take these gators back to their own zoo, and they later have wrestling performance for the public.
So,
And it's like, but these gators, they aren't like those big crocodiles as they had in Australia. There's only it's like, I think these ones could be from, I don't know, maybe it's 2 to maybe 4 feet long. And
wow.
considering that is a smaller size. If you have a crocodile, they can be as, I don't know, maybe as 7, 8 feet long.
Dang.
And
Jeez.
considering, yeah, okay, but there were actually one crocodile. That one was about, say, um, let me see. That one was about 42 feet long, and
Dang.
that's also the same. That's also the same size as the world's biggest snake. We're also 42 feet long. But that snake is no longer around. But I can say this: that snake, it was so big and it could swallow a human whole. Despite if the person was, despite if the person is 5 feet or even 8 feet tall, it could
Yeah,
still
I'm five.
swallow it.
I'm probably 5 foot. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm only 6 feet. Kuva is the tallest of all of us. He is
I'm
6'9".
5'9". I'm 5'9", almost 6 feet.
Yeah, and I can say this: my girlfriend, she is a little bit shorter than me. She was only 5'5", and uh, I can say that the feet and the inches system is not doesn't even exist in my country.
Dang.
They don't use that part of the system, so I had to learn the new system all the time. So yeah. Oh, hey, good Lane, what's up? If you want to join in, I can put the link there. I can always put someone
Actually, you
in
can't have
backstage.
The
more than
link's already there.
Yeah, but
I don't
I can
think
say
you
this.
can have more than 6.
Yeah, but I can always put someone else in the backstage. Maybe as my maybe Broner Dreamer since he isn't talking much yet. But I mean,
Right.
I'm not to be rude. It's just
Right.
he has been put in the backstage before.
Oh,
Um.
Squashed.
So
Scared off an edge.
Scootaloo Love, what you have been up to today?
Oh, nothing. Just staying out of trouble.
Hmm.
Just,
Um.
yeah.
Do you
Didn't post,
celebrate?
didn't
Ha-
post
do
no
you
videos yet.
um? Do you celebrate Veterans Day, Rob, by any chance?
I don't think so, but I could try that.
Veterans Day in the US.
I think so.
Veterans Day is basically about military people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those who have fallen.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
Oh.
it's a bit.
remember. I remember. Guys,
So if
I
I
remember a story about
um, yeah,
So-
Dashi, if I ask this, the Veterans Day is that the same as like Memorial Day? Is that
yes.
the almost?
Memorial Day is the same as Veterans Day because it's basically about deceased family members of the military and then also the survivors of
Yeah,
it.
that
And
it can make
also,
sense.
I
Oh yes, we have
remember
that here.
I remember when I was talking
Uh,
about PTSD, I remember a military person saying, "Hey, you can't have PTSD unless if you're in the military." I'm like, "Fuck you."
actually, you
I
can.
actually flipped them off.
Actually, you can have PSD despite not being in the military. Like
And
say, if,
I even flipped him off, and he's like, "Fuck you." And he's
What?
yeah, because you can actually have that even if you say
Yep.
if let's say if you have an experience if you have been kidnapped
Yeah.
and that the kidnapping had been traumatizing you, or even that not only that people that have a stalker
Exactly.
they can also be traumatized enough to be having
Yeah.
PSD.
I was
You can have been you can actually if say if you have been well if but it could like if you have a stalker and has been stalking you for weeks months years that can be traumatizing enough for you maybe not same level as it also went in the armed service but still enough can cause anything can cause that to be happening and I'm glad I have never been that.
I'm warning you. I'm gonna tell you what happened that caused
Okay.
me to get
Yeah,
PTSD.
right.
For me, I'm gonna write in the comments what caused me.
Not in the comments,
Get
put it in the
PTSD.
private chat.
Cody, I know what you mean about the next MLP G5's Christmas special that's gonna be in the
Yeah, I gotta do some Christmas stuff this year.
yeah, and I'm surprised when I find out that one is gonna be considering as chapter 3 of G4 on Netflix, not chapter 2, but the third chapter. And I would assuming that the next episodes that's gonna be on Netflix about G5, after those ones, so they will be sometimes after that's Christmas special, but I assume that will also be counted as chapter 3 or maybe as chapter 4. I
I
don't even
might
know.
be busy on the Mito though.
I don't know. But based on what I've seen, actually, I have seen a short clip from that movie. They actually have Sip. She builds this type of machine, flying machine. I think she called it Mare Flyer or something like that. And it's kind of cool. She combined magic as a power source.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be also though, Cody, I don't know if there's gonna be any shippings in this. It is a bit it's a bit early to say for sure right now, but Who knows? I mean, considering if you like back in G4, we never actually had any like when having Lyra, Bonbon, when they getting married. There were no signs of any of them actually. There were no such mentioning of that they were dating or anything from when it happened. They just out of the blue, it just happened,
Mother.
right? I was like, what the? And I mean, I'm happy about it. I wasn't actually like expecting maybe Vinyl and Octavia, since they are roommates, and I was like expecting that to happen, but meh. Oh, jeez. Dashi, are you serious?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
What
Jeez.
happened?
Just
Oh my
read-
god! Oh.
You can read that in the private, but don't say it. It just
Yeah, just
Hmm.
don't say it.
I don't think so. That's not good.
Oh god.
That's messed
No
up.
good.
I was sleeping too. I was sleeping curled up in one of those red play toy buckets, those big circle ones. I was curled up in there because I was small enough, and that's when I got scoliosis because I was curled up in there, and my spine curled up that way, and that's why I was always crunching,
wow.
slouching down.
Yeah, that's um even I can say kind of something like that has happened within my family. Something
And
similar.
that's what caused me PTSD.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I can understand why.
That was
Um
the news.
yeah, and people I can say this. People may say, well, PSD, it's just simple, just go to therapy and it will be over. But
Nope, it's
unfortunately,
the rest
it
of
is
your
not
life.
that easy. It's not easy. Some people can live with that, but they may have to go into some other constant therapy. Like say, but like say, those who have been in combats, in a battle scenes or battle battlefields, in a war fields, like those people, I say, when they getting back from when they coming back to the back to normal life, anything the slightest bang of like a say a tire that if you get a flat tire like that, it can trigger, or even fireworks on New Year's Eve or someone like say June 4th July. Even the slightest firework can trigger those people with that severe PSD can be triggered. And I mean trigger, they can grab their handguns or rifles that they have in their home and start looking throughout the window and assuming they're in a combat and they can fire above anyone. Even if they're neighbors, kids, for playing. Because in their eyes they will see as they will like they will see different. They can see those kids are just playing, but in their minds or in their eyes, they are enemy soldiers holding weapons,
Yes.
holding. That is, and those people they may not been able to adjust to back to normal civilian life unless that they don't get much treatment. Well, maybe as much therapy. And
I
I
get
remember,
no sleep at my house.
I did not die for the honor game. You know that.
but I can say this: I I actually feel sorry for those soldiers that have been going through that, and it's just you never know. Even like even this happened to like my great grandfather. He actually served during the Winter War in Finland in the 1940s. He never spoke of any of the time during the war because he had a lot of friends in that company during the war, and after most of them were probably being killed in action.
Damn.
Yeah, so he never spoke of that. But that's basically if you've had relatives that fought in the Vietnam War, you can be seeing how your let's say if you had say an uncle, a young uncle that was served say from 18 to 20 years old that was active in service, could see someone a close friend blew up in front
Oh,
of you by a mine, or even during this, or basically in the if you had a grandfather that served during the Second World War, having friends that from the front lines in Europe, seeing they being killed. It's just I cannot even imagine.
Yeah.
It's
oh,
just I can never imagine those people happening. But one time throughout history, during the First World War, this has actually happened twice, but only one time was actually most famous. During the Christmas time of World War One, during 1917, British, German, and French soldiers they had a truce. They put down the weapons and celebrated Christmas. They walked over to each other's fields and actually celebrated Christmas, singing Christmas songs and even exchanged gifts. Even though their own commanders told them not to do it because this could have been a trick, but they did it anyways. And even over 100 years later, direct descendants of those soldiers from each side, they reacted that event. It's just so like I said, conflicts like that when people trigger the PhD, and I can never even imagine. My great grandfather, I never actually knew him. He died was way before I even born. My grandfather, he never was part of any conflict, but he was border, but he did serve the armed forces, but only as a border patrol. I can never imagine that's like. But yeah, and what happened to you, Dashi? My God, that's I cannot even imagine that's like. I mean, I have seen a lot of I have seen a lot of shows like Law and Order. Just seeing people been experience that, and just by seeing fictional characters and even real life stories, just it's like this isn't real. Like, how can we even imagine like fictional things? Answer this: if I saw that happen to someone, I would try to find a weapon to try to knock out the guy. Even meant if I could find a brick or even a fry pan, like ding. Okay, speaking of fry pans, though, speaking of fry pans, you probably seen Tom and Jerry, right? The original
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
Oh my
That's
god!
funny.
oh my
Oh my god!
Lord.
Yeah,
They
I
were
can
the
see it,
greatest.
Tom. Yeah, I mean Tom getting hit by a fry pan so many times, even his
Oh,
face shaped as the fry pan, or the one of the episodes when what's it called? This mouse that had escaped from some sort of lab. Then they announced on the radio this mouse was very extremely dangerous because if someone tried to even kick it or smash it, it would explode. And Tom, when he heard that on the radio, he was shaking his boot down.
dude.
But later the same day, later the same day on the radio, the same announcer told that this news about this dangerous mouse was harmless, and he felt very comfortable, very confident. So he tried to kick the mouse out, and you know what happened? Boom! The whole mouse exploded. I mean, Tom and Jerry. I mean, the original Tom and Jerry from the late 40s and the 50s or like that. That is gold. Those are gold. Those episodes are absolutely worth to be looking at. Even if you're a bad day or this rainy day or coming home from work or school, like, oh man, I had this such crappy day, and like I just want to watch some TV, and it's like, oh, Tom and Jerry, that's just gonna watch. I mean, I grew up watching that, and but the only movie that I didn't much appreciate when when they actually first they made the first long movie of Tom and Jerry, when they actually been talking, when they helped this runaway girl. That movie wasn't really that much as I expected to be. But the original series, oh my god, I laughed and laughed so much.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um, but Roy, gang guy, did you even watch Tom and Jerry by any chance?
What kind of a question is that? Of course we have.
I've seen the old movie of Tom and Jerry.
Did you just say
Well,
Jerry?
Oh my
Jerry?
god, no.
They even, they actually did made a CGI version of Tom and Jerry about maybe 1 or 2 years ago, or maybe 3
No,
years
not
ago.
not like real life. I mean, like the old one with like the kid and like the.
When the girl was run away, and that they end up
Wait,
doing
it's just-
talking.
Yes, that one.
That one, I was okay. I think it was a give.
And then
If
for
I-
some reason, Tom and Jerry are
Yeah,
able
if
to
I would
talk.
say, if I would give that movie star rating, I probably give it as a 3 stars. It wasn't even that good, but it was good enough. But the
Guys.
latest one they actually made, that was the CGI version, I hadn't even seen it, but I'm not even going to. CGI version of Tom and Jerry, nope, no thanks. But the original Tom and Jerry show, that one is gold.
That
It
is
really
hilarious.
That one is a better one. I mean, what if they decide to remake all those episodes but as CGI? I'm like, okay,
Oh god.
I would say this. I would give it a chance to see maybe
Ow,
1 or 2
fuck.
episodes, but no
What?
thanks.
Whoa, what happened?
Oh, Cody has a Beyblade tournament tomorrow, and well, Cody, hope you good luck.
Good
I
luck.
would not be. I'm not good at those things. I haven't played Beyblade in years. I used to play as a toy, but that was back when I was 13, 14, maybe. That was just almost a decade ago. What the?
Someone keeps burping.
It
That
was
wasn't
me.
me.
It was me.
Not I said the fox.
Excuse me.
Oh
Your
my
love is
goodness.
contagious.
I'm not drinking this mineral water or bubble water. At least I'm not drinking Pepsi anyway. Yeah, Cody, I actually saw that earlier today.
Ew.
The voice actor for Batman, Kevin Conroy, that was shocking. I didn't even know
Oh.
that he was the one who. Well, actually, technically, the voice actor from the Batman was that when I grew up, it wasn't even Kevin Conroy. It was a Swedish person that made the translation, but still.
Oh boy, man.
What's wrong now?
I don't know.
I'm about to sit down and watch fucking YouTube. I can't
It's
go to
not gonna
sleep.
work.
Oh my goodness.
Also, have you happened to the actor of Hagrid?
No, I did not.
Oh, whip. Well, apparently, it appeared on the news even here that apparently the actor who played Hagrid apparently died
Oh,
from Harry Potter.
jeez.
you know that's gonna upset a lot of Harry Potter fans because for a lot of them, I know he's a favorite.
I'm watching fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wait,
Guys, do not put in music.
It was
yeah,
me.
Yeah,
sorry,
do
it's
not play music while
the
you're
rule
in the
of
stream.
stream.
I was watching TV. That's
No,
why.
but if it has music, just mute it.
I'm mute real quick.
You're good.
God damn it.
I don't want Swedish to get a copyright.
Yeah.
I remember, guys, I have a story to tell you about my very first stream. Malachite was trying to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with me and probably some of the audiences. I don't know if you guys were joining in that stream, but I had a very first copyright, and I removed that video, and that copyright was removed. I'm like,
That was just the TV I was
I know.
listening to.
Shot.
It's okay.
And the copyright was on one of the songs that had that was on "Wanna Be a Millionaire," and it was like pretty much the whole entire almost the whole entire video that had the.
Oh wow. Yeah, copyright is kind of really.
I hate
sucks when
fucking copyright, but I do my own song to myself.
Oh
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, I don't copyright people like that. I never done.
Yeah, it's stupid when people.
Yeah, here's the note about that. I mean, if you do actually put music from shows or movies or
I get
like
on
other channels,
TikTok and do videos and
yeah,
stuff.
that's yeah, that can also be if you put TikTok on your channel like that.
I,
You know, I mean, if you would, that could eventually be
Yeah,
get a
yes.
copyright.
like whatever song you made of, like you don't have to copyright people. You can just make your own song up on YouTube.
No. I don't mean that. I mean, if you would make TikToks with music from other famous singers and put on your YouTube channel, that could eventually be copyright. But if you make your own songs,
Well,
that's actually
If they're not using the song, I use the song, whatever.
yeah. And here's the
Well-
thing, though. I actually had a friend on YouTube that actually used an app on his phone that actually made music, and he actually gave me permission to use those songs in my videos, and I did. But at some point, someone claimed even just only a few seconds in that music app or the music clip belonged to this client. It's
I
like,
know,
how-
but I
actually,
just
yeah,
there's
that's the
something, there's something I have to say about this. So I guess you guys have probably seen a few of my videos, so you
I've
already.
seen your videos.
I haven't.
I know you have seen your comments on them,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
as
were
you see,
saying.
as you see,
Wow.
I put a lot of songs in them, but
Well,
somehow they
Well-
never get copyrighted. I don't know how.
look, before I started YouTube way back, I've been watching YouTube people getting hacked and their account get disabled.
Actually, no,
Believe me,
people-
I already know.
Listen, people don't
Oh.
get hacked. People act stupid on their own YouTube channel.
But if you have a Meta Plus, they still hack you on there.
Actually, immuno
Well-
pushes don't get you hacked.
No, at least what I know though, because if you get copyrights eventually, if you get one strike, they will warn you. If you continue the same path, you will eventually get 2 more strikes, and your channel will be permanently disbanded. Well, it will
Well,
be gone.
basically, listen to this. I don't use YouTube on Amito because I don't use that app that much.
Immuno is not on the App Store anymore.
Well,
No.
it is. It's not like
Well, the thing is, I don't use it because I've tried to add videos with Immuno stuff, and they said
I'm just saying I don't do videos on Amito.
I
I
don't.
only do it sometimes.
Yes,
I
but
like
I know, but I don't use anything that could get copyright because I was forced by the police to take my YouTube channel down. If they didn't, that they would ban my account. I'm like,
Oh yeah, that happens a lot with me.
yeah, because people
Wait, what?
Mhm.
people can act like police officers and say, "Hey,
Yeah,
get your channel taken
and
down." Or we
even
will
though I can
force
say,
you arrested.
yeah, I can say my experience when it came to this copyrights. For several years
Hey, but
earlier,
YouTube
I could
music.
experience that. I experienced many different copyrights. I even had one strike.
You just gotta be careful to get on YouTube a lot.
And
Well, here's
also,
the TV.
yeah, and even this, even only about a few years ago when this big scandal came out by YouTube happened, that
My
YouTube were collecting data of each YouTube channel's users, and I think what they sold the information to Google or something, and that YouTube wasn't allowed to save data like that at all.
oh yeah,
Well,
that's
someone-
true.
That was someone that hacked into their servers.
Yeah, and
Well, I've
and
been
also,
watching videos. I've been doing good on YouTube.
I'm
I'm
talking
not
about
doing
he's
so
talking
much.
about accounts to where
Yeah.
they upload videos, not
Yeah.
watching videos.
I mean,
And
I do
also-
watch lots of people YouTube channel, but it's kind of funny.
yeah, and even when that happened, whatever YouTube did, that was when the COPA Act. Well, it's actually nicknamed or longer words, but it's just short for COPA. Even though COPA Act was actually around since they first started with it, I think in the late or either early or late 90s. But it wasn't like I think it was 2015 or 16. No, wait, I think it was 2017
Yeah,
or
since
18
YouTube fucking pops up.
yeah, when that happened. And after this different channel, and that was then when YouTube had to pay a serious fine. But also, other YouTube channels that were focused on doing animations could have been at risk to be deleted. There were actually one channel. There were one channel that was focused on My Little Pony contests. They were cartoonists. They had a great channel, great work. But
Well, I'm doing a good job on mine.
yeah, but
Basically.
but this channel that was deactivated not because of YouTube, but the people behind it.
It's
Because they
just
would-
the people, the government, and all
Yeah,
that.
they were afraid that their channel would eventually would even be deactivated because of this Kopak being the series now. And here's the thing that right after that the Kopak became part of this, that the YouTube reorganized of this site, I decided to put to follow the same thing. If I would have to focus my content on to be only for children, it somehow deactivated my comment sections on every single
because you
video.
can't have
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah,
But-
because you can't have inappropriate comments
Yeah.
on stream videos.
That's true. But then I added that to change when I changed that to that my videos only are profit for not for children. Then
Well, I don't
Okay.
use YouTube that much because I only
Yeah.
use it whatever.
Listen, just don't interrupt a conversation. It's rude.
Let it.
yeah, I mean I know what you mean, but even from the very start though, from the very start, I didn't even use YouTube for anything because when I became aware of YouTube, I realized there were a lot of videos that I couldn't even watch because I wasn't 18 or I had to be using an account being able to watch them. So that was the reason why I first made my account. And it wasn't until like 1 year later when I put my first video on channel, I was just testing. But it wasn't like back in 2015 when I first started my love stories and true friend stories. Well, basically just all the love stories. But they weren't really supposed to be a long run. They were only supposed to just only be only a handful of stories and then I could continue with something else. I didn't even expect that people were asking me to make more stories or they asked, and I did. And over time, it continued. But back in 2015, I, I only had like 50 subscribers. And now,
Jesus.
yeah, I only have 50. And now I have around 8,096.
Damn.
Yeah, so I really hadn't even expected. And I mean, if you could see other brownie communities, like Dr. Wolf, Silver Quill, they have from, I mean, at least a Silver Quill has around 120,000 subscribers. Some of them actually has even as like from 10, 20 to even 100,000. But
Yeah.
there are in fact other channels that are focused on like music videos. They can have from 10, maybe as a 50 million, like PewDiePie.
Like
He
if
has
you
over
want to have
100.
videos, if you want to
Yeah,
have
and
videos with music, you can
yeah, I
only
mean those channels yeah, but those channels though they have permission from the companies and the music the
actually
artists
no, they
that.
don't.
Hey,
Actually,
that's
actually, some YouTubers don't.
Well, some channels did actually. I think the channel Vivo they actually have permission for all the singers, even those late ones that has passed away.
I also have the
Actually, don't.
permission
You have
somehow.
to
Because
buy
I
the
don't know how I
copyrights.
got them.
You have to have copyrights. You have to have the license to have play music now.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, but there were those channels that play music videos. Some of them actually do have the permission from the companies and even the clients. Otherwise, it
Actually,
won't even
those
be
are
allowed.
companies. Those are
Yeah,
companies that are playing music,
yeah, but they also the ones that actually own the rights.
but they
I
don't
mean,
own the rights anymore. They're families that have
yeah,
deceased.
well, that depends. Okay, that depends. Maybe not every single one, but some may like say if there's an act singer like say Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
if his family didn't own the rights to the music,
Mhm.
say, or Elvis,
Oh,
Mhm.
or
uh-oh.
like Elvis,
What?
he had, like Elvis Presley,
Yeah.
he had been dead for over 50 years,
His
almost like
family
that.
owns the rights
Yeah.
because his family
So
posted YouTube.
even though that in his family there's only his daughter and his granddaughter that's a direct family to him,
Mhm.
but it's just that if that they decided to give over to this the owner rights, the ownership to the music company, and maybe to a rec company that they produce, and it's just that. And I mean, I know this like making music in isn't easy. But if you had a music app on your computer, your tablet, on the phone that you can actually make your own music, that's fine. And but you're making your own lyrics on music. I have to tell you, you may think it's easy, but it isn't. I know for sure because I have made, I think it's 3 or 4 my own original songs that as a gift to my girlfriend. But oh boy, I don't tell you, they weren't easy.
Oh god, that reminds me of that one song that I made, that I wrote.
I believe muted again.
Wait, what?
What?
What just happened?
I think he's busy with something.
He was what?
He got muted.
Busy with something.
Oh,
Yeah, what's his name is muted again.
oh damn.
Okay. At least I have. No, I won't.
Huh.
Roy, you want to give it a shot?
Nah. I'm good. You continue on with your gaming.
Don't worry about it. Someone just got hit by a snowball, so everything's okay.
Or by a fur ball.
Yeah, someone was also sent the wrong way, so everything's okay.
You're playing Lucky Block Skywars, aren't you?
Yep.
Of course you are. How come it's giving you all the good death messages and it didn't give me a single one?
It likes me better.
I was gonna say.
Seems like it. It's just very biased.
I play it more than you do, so that might be why. Oh no, is this stream gonna get copyrighted because I mentioned the game?
Don't
for music.
think so. I mean, the game
Honestly,
is
considering
dragon.
how it ends the okay.
I just got exploded by That's Not Normal.
That is the greatest username I've ever heard.
That's just not normal. That's not normal. Hey, that's not normal to you.
Mr. Not Normal.
Mr. Not Normal.
Mr. What?
That's me and Roy are poking fun at this guy's name.
It's a good name. That's why I'm doing it.
Wait, someone's coming. I don't want our demise. I don't want your demise to be just an hour. Maybe. I don't want your demise to be my demise. The demise. Its demise.
Okay.
Lies demise.
No. I wish. Its demise. I like that. That should be our username. I'm gonna get shot off. Don't shoot us off, please. Be off. It off. He just hit us with like three B. He hit B with like three different swords. I don't know why I said us. Don't worry about it.
Because I'm here.
Yeah, that would be why.
I'm back. You guys, you probably know about this particular event during the Second World War, D-Day in Normandy.
Oh boy.
I
Wait,
thought
what?
that was in World War One.
No, that was World War Two. How about you?
One.
How would you guys feel if they actually made a theme park based? If they made a theme park based on the D-Day.
Insert sweat here.
Yeah, because I actually read this in a historical magazine. In the year 2025, a theme park with a D-Day will open in Normandy. There's going to be it's going to be named as D-Land, D-Day Land, as a reference to Disneyland. But here's the thing.
I'm dead.
700 historians and relatives to those soldiers who fought and died in that particular battle are furious that they are going to open a theme park based on the D-Day. That's insane. And I agree with them.
But it could be worse. You can make a video game where the entire chat one of the worlds is based off of D-Day.
Yeah, but here's though. I mean, having family members that have someone died or fought in the D-Day, and else going like that is just
Yeah, that is pretty bad.
yeah. But yeah, I understand from that. Is
You're
I'm
talking about Bad
shocked.
Fur Day, aren't you? I just realized that.
Yep. No, I got smothered in holiday cheer. That is. I just got smothered in holiday cheer, and it just said "Happy Holidays" on the screen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're playing a
That's really good.
game.
Also, why did you mute us?
I don't know.
I'm back, so I just came back.
Great. Yeah, you're talking about Bad Fur Day, where there's literally a chapter based off of D-Day. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, building a theme park based on D-Day is the absolutely wrong thing to do. I mean, what if they made a theme park based on the American Civil War or the
So-
Vietnam War? That it would have been not as many popular. I mean, okay, like open a theme park in Florida, like we are doing this American theme park with American Civil War land. I'm like, what? And I don't, even though the war has been over for over 150 years, despite this, they are still the descendants that also fought and died in the war. But building a theme park based on one of the most famous invasion lands on history, not a good idea. Especially if you have family members or friends that fought in that particular day that fought or died.
Yeah.
No. What if they
Yeah.
decide to make? What if they made a theme park based on, say, uh, the Blitz?
9/11?
No. What if they made a theme park based on the Blitzkrieg? The time when the Germans bombed London, which is Blitzkrieg, or what is it? How did they call it? That would have been very shocking because the British people, they would not been happy over if that was even going to be built. Sheesh. I mean, I tell you though, building a theme park based on a D-Day exactly, but having actors playing as a role, nope, that is a bad thing to do. I mean, what if they decide to make a theme park where you can fight Germans, Nazis, even had to fight against someone acting as Hitler? Uh, no, thank you. That would have
Wouldn't
been
that be a little too much?
way too much. Way too much. Just to be seeing
What are we
this.
talking about?
I did mention this that the Artisan people are planning to build us a theme park in France, in Normandy, based on the D-Day, 1944. But there were a lot of historians and relatives, family members to those who fought or died, that are really furious about this idea. It's like they are reference this land. It's going to be this place is going to be known as D-Day Land. It's a reference to Disneyland. That is
Oh, merci.
not good. Um, yeah. Yeah, Cody. We can talk about something else. Yeah, G4. If it had even had ended, and if it had continued up for if the last problem wasn't part of the season 9, and after it continued for another 2 more years, I think it would have been actually quite amazing if that if Scooter not Scooter, but
I think it's Rachel the Great.
you notice it now.
I was too busy.
I did not even notice that.
I was too busy looking at smothered in
bad.
holiday cheer.
But yeah, but it would have been amazing that if Spike and Rarity could have at least have been official, and if that the last problem would be the final episode, I would have actually been happy to see them actually standing next to each other, next to Twilight and her friends in the throne room, and that they have maybe one or two of their children with them, like Pinky with Lil Shees.
Pinky's fucking done crazy, man.
Yeah.
No, he's cool.
Yeah, I mean, Pinky actually has a son, Lil Cheese. Even the red. Here's the thing: people that saw Lil Cheese, they noticed that they have eyelashes like a filly. So people assuming that's a daughter, not a boy. But turns out on the official Wikia, it says a stallion, not a mare. I was like, stallion with eyelashes. Okay, that's something.
Yeah,
And
that's how I could be regard
yeah,
that.
that may have been. It might have been an error mistake. I don't know. It's like Big Sugar, which is Big Macintosh and Sugar Bell's son.
Oh wow.
He did appear in the last episode when Applejack brought Luster Dawn to the farm.
Yeah.
I feel that down.
Yeah, even there are actually some people that may think, what if Luster Dawn is actually the daughter of Starlight and Sunburst? It is possible, but never actually been confirmed. But I was when I saw that episode when I first saw Gallus as a new captain of the Royal Guard, I was like, what? What?
So
I
what?
was really, yeah, I was really dumbfounded. Like Gallus, the new captain. I didn't see that coming. I was expecting maybe Flash Magnus as the new captain of the Royal Guard, but Gallus, the Griffin, not bad idea. I mean, that's
I
not a bad
think
idea. But, I mean,
What
It's-
I did not see coming was pretty much Rainbow and with Applejack.
yeah, I mean,
I
it's
did not see that coming either.
well, honestly though, I wasn't even. I don't think they were saying that they were together or married. It just there were some reference that may indicated that, but it was not. There was like nothing confirming. Even though the two voice actors for Rainbow Dash and Applejack, I mean, I think it was back in 2016 or 15 on one of those conventions. They actually admit that Applejack and Rainbow Dash are a couple and has been that since. But I don't know if those are even if there was as officially or there was a part of joke or something. I don't even know. But if there's officially, I would have been not surprised considering how many Apple Dash stores out there. Just considering that.
Yeah.
But based on the other G4 characters like Lyra and Bonbon, okay,
Oh,
I was
God.
like, I mean, I never even imagined those end up being married at all. I mean, I knew that they were best friends. I'm like, okay, I thought maybe they were like Lyra, as Vinyl and Octavia, roommates, like best friends, living together. But I was like, okay, that I would like, wow.
What?
They even proposed to each other the same day. I was like, what? Okay. First of all, I didn't even know that until like so maybe 1 or 2 days after the official release. I was like, I mean, I saw the episode, but I never paid attention in the background seeing it happen because when I went on Derby Borough, I was like, what? What? I was like, ask myself, is that official or is that some sort of someone actually draw it? But it turns out it was actually real because in the last episode, we're seeing in the newspaper Lyra and Bonbon married. I was like, okay, that is the second official note confirmed.
There
Lesbian,
also was the Fluttershy in Discord.
in a way, maybe. But even though when Fluttershy, wait, no, Angel said, oh, I'm going to marry Discord, which is, yeah. But
That was
that was Angel.
I
That was Angel.
laughed
That
at
was
that,
it.
bro.
Yeah, that was probably makes a lot of people like many of the fans like, wait, did she actually confirm that she's gonna marry Discord? But it was actually Angel. And it was just, I don't believe that he actually meant that she's gonna do it.
But we
But,
see them together in the same house.
I mean, this is something
Discord
though.
literally lives with her now.
Well, I mean, okay, from this. That Discord appeared in the last episode with Bloodshy giving her this paper bag for less lunch. It may indicate that they may have been married and living together. It's a good chance. But here's the thing. After that she passed away and the magic was gone, he didn't even live in his dimension anymore. He was living in the underneath the old Canterlot.
Yeah. I think you said that from the comic, I think.
Yeah, and which is official. It's not that is actually canon. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been. This is the word a reference to Opaline in the comics. So it should be canon because if they reference to her in that one, they should be in canon. Otherwise.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Cody, even I think this actually I went and saw this. Megan, one of the people that was working with in the G4 before she left this show, she did say it on Twitter that Twilight won't outlive her friends. And even though that we know that they're around, we don't exactly don't know how old they are, but they're roughly around the same age. Probably maybe as someone can be maybe as 1 year older, one could maybe be 1 year younger, but I believe that they're in their other early to mid 20s. And here's the reference, but in the last episode, I do believe that they were in their late 40s and early 50s. And I can actually give you one indication why I say that. Because Rarity in that episode has gray in her mane and tail. And since you usually do start to get gray and white in your early 50s to late 50s, it usually happens. And like I say for certain, my dad started getting white, and he's 60. So, indication from that, it also gave us a very much indication that they are either in the late 40s and early 50s. And even though they are the same age that Twilight is, still looks like as Celestia taller and still as her young 20s. But she's also at the same age. And Cody, about that this Spike would be a giant dragon, not necessarily that may not be indicating that he would even grow that big. And I mean, as a reference, Torch. Back in G4, he was the tallest of the dragons that we know of. But in the backstory of Flash Magnus, when he was fighting against those dragons, well, it tried to save his fellow members from the Legion. They were big. They were big. But since then, what about Garble and Amber? I mean, they're older than Spike. True. But we don't know exactly how old they are. But if I was assuming that they probably would have been their late teens, the early 20s at least. But since also, we don't know exactly how... Jesus, I blow it that much today. I mean, we don't even know exactly how much dragon age compared to a pony. I mean, the dragons, they can be...
What?
I mean, the dragons can age a bit slower than compared to the ponies.
Oh.
Yeah. We don't know exactly if... we don't know exactly if... I mean, we don't know exactly how long the lifespan of a dragon in the Metal Pony franchise. Why did we even know that? I mean, they could live for maybe as 100 or maybe as 500 years or maybe 1,000 years. We don't even know. That has never been explained. So if a dragon lives for maybe as a 200 or 300 years, and not unnecessary that they had to be giant form, like when Spike when he was in his green form. that necessarily had to be meaning that he had to be that big when he's older. Considering on how big when in the last episode, that was a as a reference to like um he was almost the same size as Amber and Garble were.
Amber
Even
is
though
way
he's
smaller.
yeah. And so we don't know if each dragon that will even grow to that size as Torch, as an example. I mean, what if it's what I mean? What if they some dragons that I mean, you for example, what if this Spike, like Garble and Amber, it have reached their final, the final size they will as they be in Phoenix. I mean, even if they will be 100 years old or even 150, but they still remain the same height as they were in their earlier season. I mean, if the Spike in the last episode, I mean, what if he is 150 or even 200 years old? What if he still remained the same size? And here's another thing about it. There, since we don't know how tall Spike can be, will be, because one source, his parents. Since we don't know nothing about his biological parents, we don't even know if how tall his father were or how tall his mother were. Based on the episode when has his fake father showed up,
Oh God.
yeah, in that reference to be seeing how his mother, supposed in the story, was tall, even if that was true, he could probably be that tall. But since we don't know about anything about his real parents, so we don't know for sure if he will even grow that tall or if he just remain as the same height as he is right in the last episode. Maybe he could be a slight taller, maybe twice as tall as it is now, but we don't know if he's going to be any taller than that, or if he's going to be the same size as Torch, or maybe it's half the size, or maybe even bigger than Torch. We don't really know that. If we knew all about his parents, maybe we could have some indication how tall Spike could be. But since we also have at least one thing about another dragon, Smolder, her brother, which is Garble, which also is around the same age as Amber, they are about the same height. But since we don't know anything about their parents, so we cannot say for certain if that Garble has reached his final height, if that he will even grow taller. But another case, it's possible that Spike could be grow taller, but it just without any indication of his real parents or nothing. So and also without any indication of how long the dragons live, or if there's a reference that every single dragon will be tall as Torch, or even maybe slightly taller or slightly shorter. We there's nothing that has ever been confirmed or read anything or information like that. So who knows? Maybe Spike may not even be taller than S than he is now. He might just still be older, but he might just be at the same size. It is just an indication to that. Like say, uh, this like with Twilight. When she was still a unicorn, when she became an alicorn, she grew a slight taller. But when she was in the last episode, she had grown to the same size, at least at the same height as Twilight as Celestia were. Considering from that. But here's another thing. If Cadence were, even though she would transform into an alicorn like Twilight, she never grew up and is the same size as the same height as Luna or even Celestia. So think about that. And we know that at least from the non-canon sources about her ancestor, Prince Amor, which is the first princess of Crystal Empire, she was a tall height. She was probably the same height as Celestia. But even so, we have no any indication because we have no sources of her Cadence parents either. And if that's Twilight though, we know at least her parents that they were the same height as her when she was as a unicorn. But even though she was just a bit slight taller, her own parents was when she was an alicorn before she became the ruler. And in that indication, there's still a lot of factors that include, like when it comes to Spike, like we don't know the average height of a dragon. We don't even know if every single one will grow the same height as Torch, even taller or even shorter. We don't know if say Amber and uh, Gobble would remain the same height as Spike in their early 20s. It, it's hard to say for certain. It's like say if okay, this is something else. Like say if Roy and Diana would have a daughter or a son. If say in his family that they are most males in his family are usually from 6 to maybe 6'5", and that Diana from her side of the family she may only be as 5 feet or around five, and that her biological father could also be maybe as a five or maybe as close to six, and also like that. And if that even say if Roy is 6'2" or 6'4", and suddenly they have a son, and he grows to be maybe a 6'5" or even 6'6", or even as like you 6'9", that he thinks redundant. That's part of that. Genetics is part of this how things works. And if Spike and Rarity would end up married together, have a family, that also been half of one thing. That children will be half pony, half dragon. And we
I
don't.
have a pretty cool looking.
Yeah, that would have been awesome if they actually managed to put that in a show officially. That would have been awesome. But here's the thing, though: if a dragon say if they live for about 300 years, and if they live 300 years, and if they were having that Sun Spike and Rarity have say maybe two or three kids that have it's a hybrid, we don't know if those pony hybrids will have if we don't even know like say what their typical lifespan would be because there has never been any reference in official show on that. And if you have to go based on the fanime stories of the Spike and Rarity's kids, we don't even know either. And we don't even know if they would even grow taller as they was before. It's just that. We never know. I mean, if a dragon have a lifespan that's of 300 years, and a dragon pony hybrid, we had no idea if that hybrid's kids will be as even live 300 years, or if they will live. If opponent said, let's say if this opponent lives for maybe 100 or 110 years, and a dragon live for 300. So we have no idea to reference the lifespan of a hybrid. They could still maybe be as maybe just 150 years, or even being as 300 or more. We have no idea. They would be amazing if they had some sort of source. But even from the fan-made sources of dragon hybrids that between that Rarity and Spike have, we don't know the lifespan of that those children will have. It's hard to say for certain.
Oh man, I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah, so
Well,
basically though, Kubo. But Cody actually has a good point. I mean, what if he in a should will he if he appeared in G5, will Spike being told as Torch, or even maybe not, since we have no idea of indication of if the dragon will be grow that tall as Torch. We don't know. It's possible that Spike might be as big as Torch, or he just be remain at the same size that he has, um, and just having a deeper voice. What about Smolder? Well, Cody, that might be about the same thing as with Spike. Since we don't know anything about the parents, how tall they are, so But in addition to that, it's possible that Smolder might grow as tall as, since in the last episode she actually had grown a little bit slight taller compared to the one when she first appearing. So even despite she is a few years older than Spike, and that she is a slight taller in the last episode, so it is possible that even then, like I said, we don't even know how much. Maybe the sides of them are also being affected by their slow aging. We don't even know either of that. They can live for maybe as a 300 or maybe more. And we don't even know exactly when they reach this mold effect. That's like there when they hit puberty. So maybe Spike now is 13 in pony years, but still remain as a baby form. But here's the thing: we don't know exactly much about the dragons. It's possible that maybe Smolder might be as maybe taller than Garble, but it is hard to say for certain about that exactly. Though we can't say for certain right now without any exact information. We can only speculate and debate what how tall the dragons will be. And if Spike may appear in G5, well, maybe as a flashback when during the time when during the reign of Twilight, or maybe after. But if Spike would have made his appearance in G5, I would been amazed. I mean, I'm really much looking forward to have any sort of reference. Even though we actually seen Spike as a plushie in G5, I think it's in the second season. So that might be somewhat of that. But I mean, like I said, I like MB Cody. It would have been amazing if Spike would have made appearance in a G5. That would have been an amazing sight. I mean,
Remember the
And
egg?
that
I
Remember,
was working on here.
out
remember
of the
the
league.
egg in
I
G5?
mean, what? Yeah. I mean, what if
That was
that
the next
one
fight.
morning that? Yeah, continue.
That was the next spike because G5 they had an egg, and that Sheriff Hitch was taking care of it, and that kind of looked like Spike, but off the colors opposite.
Yeah, but it's actually Sparky.
Yeah, but he kind of looked like a little baby Spike.
True. But like I said, though, we don't even know much about this. I mean, what if like in they start up in one episode having someone like knock 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 on the door of this the new lighthouse, and other Izzy knocks open the door, seeing Spike at the same size from the last episode, like use a bit deeper voice, like uh, and she probably starts screaming and calls for Sunny, unless if this Pip answered the door, she might scare it with screaming and call for her friends to come down and slam the door in his face. So, yeah, I mean, that would have been, and they probably a lot more questions like, who are you and why are you doing here? And yeah, when he says his name is Spike, and that maybe Sunny that Sunny may know about his name after that she knows, but after she immediately recognized Twilight's appearance in that as a hologram. Even Sip recognized immediately. So maybe Sunny would immediately recognize that it's actually Spike. Who knows?
True.
Um, who would Chip you vote for? Sunny, Hitch, Hitch and Pip, and or Hitch with Sip? Um, I may have to say Hitch and Sip. I mean, either that or with Sunny. I would not count as with Izzy because Izzy is like Pinky, a little bit like hyper. I mean, I'm not saying that Izzy is a bad character. I mean, she is. I mean,
She is indeed a flirty mare, though.
yeah, I mean, Izzy is actually one of my favorites. even though she's like crazy like Pinky, but she is lovable. You gotta love
Yeah.
her.
Also, if you didn't notice, well, wait, what?
What the?
What just happened?
I don't
Whoa.
know. I pressed the fucking wrong button.
Oh, that happened
all
to the rest of us.
I keep pressing the fucking wrong button. My God. There we go.
It's okay. It's just a mistake. We forgive you
I
for
know.
it.
I'm probably not gonna make videos tonight because I need some sleep.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm even I'm actually about to end the stream here anyway. So
I'm looking forward to
yeah,
that.
Cody.
You want one of my sleeping pills tonight?
Yeah. Sorry. That was my mother.
I'm looking forward to that
Oh, it's
one
okay.
video. But take time.
Yeah, y'all
Yep.
should end the live stream.
Are you done with this?
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
And he can end it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's up
Yeah,
to
I'm
him.
actually
but-
going to.
Don't
I'll see you in
Um,
the next stream.
The next stream I
All
will
right.
do tomorrow, but it's gonna be a game show stream, and the topic is Pokemon.
Um,
Okay.
Oh boy, forgot about that.
And,
Are you ready to win again because of the D20? I've
I
never
mean,
been more
unless I-
excited about anything.
Unless I forbade,
It's in
unless I
there.
forbade to be
Okay.
using a D20.
Guys,
so,
Nah, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
might.
call it for a night, man.
leave
you let-
if you go.
all right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good night and sweet dreams.
sweet dreams. Bye.
See ya.
And see ya next time.
Bye. Bye.
Well, everyone, this
Ugh.
has been a lot of fun. At least on
That
the
was
budget
a
as
lot of
usual.
fun indeed. Oh my god.
Mhm.
Yeah, we even got to
Whoa.
see Kogo's new lover.
Oh,
Hey,
Whatever.
hey.
at least it wasn't.
Don't
At least it
go in
wasn't.
Sorry.
Unless, I mean, okay, guys. At least it wasn't dashy.
So,
What do you mean? I did mean dashing. No.
so
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well,
That was awesome.
yeah. I will see you guys tomorrow. So, see everyone.
All right.
This is Diablo signing off. Bye.
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 See ya.
See you next time.